Bailey's decision to go aboard on his solo adventure weighed heavily on his mind as he awoke the next morning. The sun cast a warm glow across the room, illuminating the familiar surroundings of his home. But today, everything seemed different. Today, the world outside beckoned to him with renewed urgency, and Bailey knew that he could no longer ignore the call of the wild. As he padded into the kitchen, he found Emily preparing breakfast with a smile on her face. The scent of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, mingling with the aroma of bacon sizzling in the pan. Bailey's stomach growled in anticipation, but his thoughts were elsewhere. "Morning, Bailey," Emily greeted him, her voice filled with warmth and affection. "Hungry for breakfast?" Bailey nodded absent-mindedly, his mind racing with plans and possibilities. Today was the day he would set out on his journey, leaving behind the safety and comfort of home in search of adventure and discovery. But first, he needed to say goodbye. After breakfast, Bailey followed Emily out into the backyard, his heart heavy with emotion. The familiar sights and sounds of his home tugged at his heartstrings, reminding him of the countless memories he had shared with Emily over the years. But as he looked up at her with pleading eyes, he knew that he couldn't stay. "Bailey, what's wrong?" Emily asked, sensing his unease. "Is something bothering you?" Bailey hesitated for a moment, unsure of how to express his feelings. But then, with a resolute bark, he made his decision clear. He would leave today to board on a journey of self-discovery and adventure, no matter how difficult it may be. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she realized what Bailey was trying to say. She knelt down beside him, wrapping her arms around him in a tight embrace. "I'll miss you, Bailey," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "But I know you need to follow your heart. Just promise me you'll be safe." Bailey licked her face affectionately, his tail wagging with gratitude. With one final glance back at his home, he turned and set off down the street, his head held high and his spirits soaring. The world outside was vast and full of wonders, and Bailey couldn't wait to explore every inch of it. From the towering mountains of the Rockies to the bustling streets of New York City, there was so much to see and experience. And with each step he took, he felt a sense of freedom and exhilaration, unlike anything he had ever known. But as the day wore on and the sun began to set, Bailey realized that he had no idea where he was going or how he would get there. He had set out on his journey with nothing but a sense of purpose and a thirst for adventure, but now he found himself feeling lost and alone. As he wandered through the streets of his neighborhood, Bailey's mind raced with doubts and fears. What if he had made a mistake? What if he couldn't find his way back home? But then, just as he was about to give up hope, he heard a familiar voice calling out to him from the shadows. "Bailey, is that you?" came the voice, filled with concern. Bailey turned to see his friend Max, a wise old golden retriever who had always been there to offer guidance and support. "Max, I'm so glad to see you," Bailey exclaimed, relief flooding through him. "I'm lost and I don't know what to do." Max smiled reassuringly, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "Don't worry, Bailey, you're not alone. I'll help you find your way." And with that, Max led Bailey on a journey unlike any he had ever known, filled with adventure, friendship, and the promise of new beginnings. For Bailey, the journey had only just begun, and he couldn't wait to see where it would take him next.